Michelle. So the question is what is the one thing that I truly believe in that will make a difference to our current crisis? And my answer to that will be the fossil fuel industry. And the reason for that is I see them as globally enormous, extremely powerful, more powerful than any of our governments. You've only got to look at their lobbying capacity at COP, for example, their capacity to manipulate markets and influence us. They have us completely highly dependent on their product. They are extremely wealthy, but at the same time, they have the capacity with their scientists to change things. They can find solutions, and in my view, we need to stop seeing them as the enemy and work with them and convince them to say, look, we're in dire straits, and the reason for it is fairly irrelevant. We've got to look at the solutions, and we've got to convince them to say, right, how do we get out of this mess? How you're the people with the expertise, you're the people with the disposable cash. How do we actually convince you to? Because after all, their employees are human beings, the same as us. They're going to suffer the same fate, and it's a very poor business model to keep trying to sell a product that's eventually going to kill its buyers, its purchasers. So I suspect they'll have realised that, and there'll come a time when they'll suddenly say, "Okay, we'll invest in renewables and carbon capture and everything else that goes with it." And whereas I see that there is a place for everything else, the recycling and the way we live our lives, all of that has got to change. That's undeniable. But in my mind, unless we curb the greenhouse gases and our fossil fuel dependence, we're not going to get anywhere with them. I've quoted many times on other podcasts that I think the fossil fuel industry could be the hero of the moment, without a doubt. And it's if we can convince them and work with them to change things, they're the ones that could make a massive amount of difference.